Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I was watching the intro graphic and realized I put so much stuff on there. I mean, I would everything. Oh, we need cigarette burns. All right, let's make those. We need more noise, fractal noise. Oh, we got that. A little heavy, but I'm okay with it. I think it's kind of fun. Uh, the podcast is your home for rational crypto news and objectivity, leaving emotion at the door. Talking about what we like, why we like it, and where we see it going. We are not offering financial advice. We are telling you what we do, and that is all. We don't slow down. We don't let up. Full speed is our only speed. I'm your host, Scott, pragmatic investor, who has won and lost fortunes. Joining me, as always, is the greatest producer of all time, Belle. How are you today, Belle?
You know what? I'm having a great day so far. How are you, Scott?
I'm just blooming. I'm doing. Let me see. How am I doing today? Let's all take a look. I am doing exactly that well. That's how good I'm doing today. But I could have been worse. It could have been worse. We're still above the pump from a couple days, so I'm not complaining at all. Here at the podcast, we have a tendency to talk about what others are not talking about and bringing the focus onto use case cryptos because, as we know, these are what drive the market and bring innovation to a world that desperately needs it. The status quo is no longer acceptable. Time for a technological revolution. Welcome to crypto. Welcome to the podcast. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And uh, I know you remember that song. I remember that song. You know, I was young, man. I was 10, 11, 12 years old, something like that when that came out. But it was what I actually saw her, Olivia Newton-John, and I actually saw her up there on the stage singing. I realized at that moment that I was most decidedly heterosexual. That was like my very first boy girl thing. Belle was for Olivia Newton-John of all things, the skinny little Australian girl. Yeah, man. But I realized at that moment that I that's it. I know where I was when Cupid's arrow hit me. Every looked at everybody differently after that when I suddenly realized, oh, this is what life's about. I mean, it occurred to me right at that moment. And yeah, it was for Olivia Newton-John. I think she's wonderful. I think she's an incredibly talented uh, artist. I liked her in Greece. I didn't care for Xanadu. It was the roller skating. The roller skating just kind of threw me off. I mean, could you throw any more 70s or 80s into that particular movie? And they did. They just kept doubling down on it. And next thing you know, we had leg warmers and jazzercise and all that other all that other stuff. But yeah, I mean that's it. She was absolutely wonderful. Hell of a lot better singer than actress, but again, I did like her in Grease. Anything you want to say about Olivia Newton-John, Val? Because I think you and her, you're a little bit taller, but you two both are. You got you got those similar builds. So I don't know. I thought maybe there's a club or something. There's like a union of tall, leggy girls, and this is it. So is there no union? You guys don't have nothing like
No,
that?
no, there's no union, at
If
least none that I've been asked to be a part of.
if there was, would you tell me? Would you tell me that there was, or is like that's a secret?
I'd have no problem telling you. I mean, come on.
Yeah, there's a club. She's not. None of them are gonna let us in on it, guys. But that's okay, man. We carry on. So yeah, this is the Monday show, man. I was trying to decide if I really wanted to hoot and holler on this one, or if I just kind of wanted to run through it. And I don't know, man. It's Monday. We don't slow down here. We don't let up. And whether it's Monday or Friday or anything like that, we want to give you the same kind of quality show that we have a tendency to, or we certainly try to do. So yeah, man, let's just run through the numbers and we'll get to everything else as we get to it. Bitcoin is doing what Bitcoin does, but again, we're still well above where we were, and my big ones that were up carried it, so I'm kind of fine with it. Of course, one of my largest holdings, of course, being Jackal, but I'm starting to get one hell of an Astrovault position over here, so I have to pay a hell of a lot more attention to what's going on over there than I have been. Up until I just been letting it ride, I'm just like it's fine. I know what they're gonna be. I think it'll hit 50 cents. So what it's doing right now, the pennies and fractions of pennies, I'm indifferent to it. That's not financial advice. That's just what I'm doing. I don't care what you do. You do you, bro. Knock yourself out. But they're so in tuned with it, with the token, and it's a smart dex, and it's given a lot of insulation to a lot of different of big holdings that I have. So I'm kind of cool with just putting it in and letting it run, and we'll see what comes out of it. But no, I think they're going to do pretty good over here. They pushed out a whole bunch of new pools, and I immediately came over here and just started blowing up APRs because they put them in with like no TVL whatsoever in them, like this one, like Astrovault paired with Wrap Bitcoin. It launched at like 180, 190% APR or something like that. I immediately just came over and blew all these things up. I have a lot in the farms. That's kind of the kicker. I have kind of heavy, and I'm maybe 20% of most of these pools, but this one is probably one of my favorite. That's the Astrovault USDC. Uh, but when they released all these other ones like the Kudos and all that other stuff, Kudos, I moved in. There's only like 8 grand in there, and I'm sure at least half of it is mine. I'm just now really getting back into acquiring Kudos. So I needed to have a place to park it. I have tons of AXV on the other side. Again, it's all sitting there in the farms. So it's just any native Kudos that I can get through scalping or whatever. I turn it in. I turn it into Kudos. I bring it over here. I don't really buy on the decks. I move onto the decks. Um, it's not it's just the slippage could be a little high in some of these because they don't have large liquidity pools. I mean, if you want to buy $100, you can buy $100. I don't think it's really going to kill you. So let's see if we wanted to go to Noble to Kudos. If we wanted to go straight like that, I don't think the slippage is going to be too bad for $100 purchase. Let's find out. $100 in and $98.50. So 1.5%. It's not glorious, but it's really not bad. I'll suck it up. You know what? In fact, I'll buy that. It's I have I'm USDC heavy. The market's on a slide right now. That's when I tend to move in and buy it. So we'll gulp some of that up, and we'll continue to gulp it up because Kudos is going to be another one of those that I would like to get a large stake in. And it's such a big market cap token, so I'm really gonna have to put in the work, man. If I want that 3 or 4% of everything out there, man, I'm really gonna have to hit it. But I like that I can pair it into that pool so easily. That's kind of the kicker, and I love 41%. So I need some AXV on the other side, just $100. It's not a whole bunch. Where is it? Which farm is that? How much do I have in there? I got. I don't even know how much that is. 10,000 or 1,000. So let me pull out 1,000 out of the farms. That's just what I do, man. Look, it's moving from a 17.7% APR into a 40% APR, and I'm still getting it out of the back end. Now, this is really the only farm on here that I'm incredibly heavy in. Uh, and I'm only doing it to get the archway, not because I want to accumulate archway, but because I want to dump the archway. And you have to have an exit path, man. I have so much on this across several different wallets, and I can't just let it sit there and accumulate. As much as I like to turn APRs into APYs, you got to keep a cash position, man. So I don't want to part with the AXV. I'm just not going to. So I'm looking for the other things that I don't mind parting with. Plank, I could part with the plank. I don't sell Jackal, but I can part with the archway. I can do that all day. They're well funded. All right, they can take the hits, and so yeah, we move in. I don't even know what I got in there. 40 grand. So I got 40 sitting in there farming that at 17. It's not a lot. I get $25 a day. I mean, it's not a fortune, but that's still money that I can turn into Kudos or into something else. The only thing I really don't want to hold is the archway. It's personal preference of mine, man. You do you, bro. I don't care. Uh, I'm kind of avoiding parking lots, and until one really hits, gets something and knocks it out of the park, I'm just avoiding parking lots. Juno was a good lesson for build it and they will come, because they did, and they sure as hell didn't. So that's wonderful. But let's get back to that. Oh, because I bought native Kudos, then I also have to swap it. So I'm gonna have to trade that Kudos. This is turning into yield bearing, by the way. I want to swap the Kudos for X Kudos. And let's see, what do we got there? 58. So we'll just do 5,800. I always want to leave some dust. $97.42. I get 97.42 out. So what's happening with this right now is that uh, we're being issued a derivative. That's the X Kudos. All right, that's not native Kudos. That's a derivative. And the Astrovault itself, if I understand this correct, and if I don't, I'm sure Bell can clear it up. They're taking the Kudos that we just swapped for, and they're staking it. They're taking that and they're actually staking it over on what I'm sure would be an Astrovault validator over on Kudos, so that they're earning some yield on it, so that the money's not just sitting there. They're actually earning a little bit of yield on it, which comes back to you in the form of some APRs that you're going to get over here on these pools. So they're going to make some money. You're going to stay. They're going to. You're going to make some money. They're going to make some money. Everybody makes out here. I have no issue with it. And again, if I'm wrong, I'm sure they could straighten me out. But we'll just pair that right in just like that. So bang, bang, and done. And we got another couple $100 in there earning 40%. It was exciting last night because I think it launched at like 180, but there was nothing in it. This pool right here, I assure you, I will blow this up. All right, you guys are going to come back here a week from now, and that thing's going to be sitting at about 2% APR with a whole lot of TVL in it. I mean, that's it. That's the one that I'm moving in, and I would like to uh, get out of all the other farms with the exception of Archway and pair it up over here so that I can get acquire more AXV. Again, the AXV, I'm stuck. All right, I have too much of it. There's nothing I can do with it. It's dead capital right now. But yeah, Arch and Plank and the farm tokens over here, those two, yeah, I can part ways with those all day. So we need kind of an exit path on that. Uh, they actually put out a poll. Astroval put out a poll and they said, "What farm would you like to see?" I'd like to see Adam. All right, that's the farm that I want. I will put all of that AXV paired up or just straight single sided entry in this. If I could get Adam as the output, because everybody else in the cosmos is farming Adam, I want to farm Adam. It's literally called farm, Bell. You see that right there? It says farm. I want to farm
I
Adam
know.
without staking it, and because I'm not going to eat those losses. It's going to correct, man. Adam is really, really good at correcting. Uh, but no, I don't want to do that. But I would love to get Adam as the output as opposed to Archway, just so it opens up a world of opportunities there. Now, again, if you are not paying for the Adam, who cares what the cost is? Who cares if it's up or down? It really doesn't matter because you're not paying for it. So you want to turn it into cash, turn it into cash. You want to spread it out and jump into other pools, jump into other pools. You want to take it off this DEX and move it to another DEX where you can offer it up as lending collateral and all that other shit, then go ahead and knock yourself out. But when there's no cost to it, it doesn't cost you anything. Only the fact your only thing it costs you is time on a token that you were going to hold anyway. So if that's the case, man, that's just a slam dunk every way that you could put it. And you know what? You guys should go if you think that sounds appealing. You should go watch this, Bell. I'm going to make your day better. You should go to the Astrovault Discord or the Astrovault Telegrams and really start petitioning for an Atom farm. All right, you really need to start petitioning because this is a token that can be utilized anywhere, virtually anywhere in the cosmos. So you really need to. I'm wait. I'll pull her up. I want to see if she's like pissed now. Little bit. I see the eyebrows going down. Yeah, you guys really need to make her day better. And yeah, man, start really beating them up for the Atom farm. Eric's a clever guy. He'll figure out a way. All right. If there's demand, he will figure out a way. So I'm going to make your day better. I'm going to make Eric's day better. Bell, this is what I do. I just spread joy on a Monday. Uh, all right. I haven't even gotten into it yet. Bell, do we got any questions, comments, concerns, observations, anything like that? I imagine it's a small show, man. Mondays are tough.
We've got one comment coming in from Ambadeo.
Okay.
Tried using Jackal again and it doesn't work. Just attempted to upload an image file and gave up after a few tries. The UI is very clunky too.
Yeah, the UI's not great. I send up a lot of data, man. I always got this thing up. Let's try it. Let me see where you are on about. Here, we'll send up a little thumbnail. How about today's thumbnail? Let's just put that up and we will encrypt it and upload it and we'll see if it makes all uploads failed. That's nice. Let's refresh. I had this open. I don't even know if my wallet's connected to it anymore, guys. So give me a second. But yeah, Amadeo, you may be onto something here. Let's try it again. Send up the one single file, and all uploads failed. Yeah, man, this is well, I'm over here on the test net. Let me try the main net. I want to make sure, man. If it's bricking, let's find out because they do take my calls. I just say, man, when the phone rings, I have a tendency to get a hold of them. All right, let's try storage. I upload way too much stuff. Let's send up a single file and see if it's going to work here or not. I sure hope it does. That would be if not, man, then Amadeo, you were absolutely on to something, and they need to get this fixed. Uh, I had been mentioning to Marston that it's been getting clunky. And the kicker answer that I got back from him is that they're in the process of migrating a lot of data as they're getting ready for the V4 upgrade. So it could hit. It's going to be that was basically the whole takeaway. He said it's going to be a little bit clunky, and yeah, we're just gonna they'll take the black eye while we're doing this as they try to get everything prepped for the new upgrade. It's odd doing it in a production environment. I'll give you that. It's not a great look, but at least I did get an answer. So anyway, let me send a message to Marston and Patrick and everyone. See what's going on with their network. If you could, guys, 60 seconds. We'll be right back. Please get in some questions or comments, or I'm about to start talking about AMP. Is that what you want to hear? You want to hear about AMP? Because I promise you, I will do it. 60 seconds, guys. We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, they got back. They're having an RPC issue. They're working on it. I came over to here and just tried the retrieval because those are different systems. The RPCs for the uploads and the downloads. So yeah, they said they're having an RPC issue. They're kind of working it out. But as long as I'm over here, man, I was gonna actually make a video about this today. This is data retrieval, and that seems to be one of the big things. I say it as it hangs up. This is one of the big things that seems to be that we tiptoe around so much out here is data retrieval. Yeah, they're getting hit hard right now, man. That thing is. I should have had that video back already, but this is one of the big things, and it's why I made those videos. I haven't released them yet. I'm still kicking them out. Actually, what I did is I sent the videos out to the chain development team. And I said, here you go. Here's a video I made, man. Do you want to explain this? So I don't want to just come right out there and say, you suck and this is good and you suck. I want to know why you suck or why you are not doing what you said that you're going to do as far as advertising and all that other good stuff. And so I want to be fair about it. So I've gotten one reply, and other three are just simply no shows. They don't want to step into it or anything like that. So those ones we're just going to release as is. I said I gave them a chance. I wanted to get up, wanted your feedback. You didn't want to give feedback. I mean, you're seeing it with your own eyes. So off you go. But the other one I do have to edit it, and I've never edited video before, so this is going to be a real weird thing. But I want to get them in. Look, I saw this. This is what we're seeing. This was the team's response, and with the 5Ws, and I don't know. I think it's a good way to be fair. All right, Belle, we're about to talk AMP, unless we got something.
All right, so Nuclear Chicken chiming in and asking, you're saying, oh my God, not AMP. How about a rant on packet drama or more kudos alpha goodness?
If I had more kudos alpha goodness, I would certainly give it to you. But I mean, if you guys want to talk to Pete again, we're waiting for the announcement. That's all it is. I mean, they promised an announcement. I know what it is, but it's not my story to tell. So when they make the announcement, we'll get Pete back on, and then you guys can go ahead and talk it up. Now, in Pete's defense, he did not tell me. I merely figured it out, and nobody's body language is that good. So I work in the industry, man. That's all it is. I'm not saying I have insider knowledge. I'm just saying that I work in the industry, and it's easy to put two and two together when you have enough pieces of it, of the puzzle, the OPSEC puzzle. It's really easy to put it together. That was funny too, because I got to bust Patrick on that because he made out a simple post. He said when marketing, he's doing this number, and I looked at the picture. I saw that he had a haircut, and he never has a haircut. I saw that he was shaved. Bell, of all the time that Patrick's been on this show, have you ever seen him with clean shaven? I mean, really clean shaven. He has always got a shadow.
The very, very, very first time he was on the show, he had a baby face and he was absolutely clean shaven.
Yeah, but I mean, that was 3 years ago, and
I
now I mean,
know.
the guy looks like he's just a grizzled vet now, just absolutely put through the ringer in 3 years. So, but no, I saw him with a haircut. I saw him clean shaven. I saw an image with a really good image, bokeh effect, all that other stuff going on. I was like, oh no, man, he's down there doing something in Indiana. But that's the OPSEC. You put the pieces together, and there you go. So obviously, for the people who are bashing Jackal, when marketing, clearly it's coming. So I know that they hired out. That was his words, not mine. And I start to see these images coming out, and him with the one hell of a good farmer's tan. It's just not that hard to put it together. So yeah, there we go. But yeah, again, man, this is all the reasons that I'm still so bullish on the project, and I'm still not bullish on much else, with the exception of D pin in a single dex. Other than that, I'm just not bullish on that much else. Anyway, Bell, do we got
He was
anything else, or are we gonna do amp?
so just dropping a note on
Okay.
Patrick. Patrick, message me and come to Iowa, and Scott and I will take you out and give you the American experience.
Oh
Just
yeah, yeah,
saying.
yeah. He went to apparently him and Marston went to a shooting range in Indiana, and I know they're all over there, man. They feel about guns the way we feel about guns here in the Midwest. But they wouldn't let them shoot there because they're not from this country, because they're visiting. So apparently, if you want to use those ranges, you have to be an American citizen with an American ID, or they're just not going to let you do it. I told him, man, look, it's not that far from Indiana. Rent a car, come on out here. We'll go to the farm. We'll get out. We'll break out the 20 millimeter, because if you're gonna fire for your first time, that's the way to pop your cherry. Is a bolt action 3 round 20 millimeter, tripod mounted with a 70-pound barrel, because you're gonna need it, and that's the way to do it. I told him flat out, man. As soon as you rack that thing up, you put it home, you pull that trigger, man, you're going to be singing the Star Spangled Banner afterwards. I don't really care where you're from. Go America. Go ahead, Bell. Carry on.
All right, Bud. Scott, any thoughts on Neutron? Seemed like good team, but not really much to do. Just Mars and Astroport, nothing to distinguish it.
Nope, parking lot, man. Look, we have too many of these. I was getting into an argument, a Twitter argument, man. Nobody wins a Twitter argument, by the way. That's a stupid waste of time to even get in there. But the whole thing started around Solana, of all things. And Solana, the network's bogging down. It was borderline unusual because they had so many transactions coming through all at once. And I do not see that as a bad thing. I see that as a great opportunity to scale. That's a good problem to have. You have so much traffic going on that you are forced to do something about it. That has never happened on Cosmos. I can't think of a single chain that bogged down due to overuse. All right, that simply does not happen over here. But instead of us spending our time and going out and making products that people will flock here to use, we build more parking lots. That's all we do, and we got plenty of them, man. We got Neutron, we got Corium, we got Archway, we got Juno. There's another one. I forget the name of it. I was just looking into it too. But there's another one. They're all Cosmos parking lots. I mean, hey, we're ready to build. We're just waiting for builders to build. You're the builders. You guys are the builders, and you built shit. You build a smart contract system, and then you just stopped. You say, okay, good enough. Now we're here to manage now. What are you managing? You're not managing anything. And yeah, but look at our TPS. Who cares? Nobody's using it. You could. I don't. care what it is. 50 blocks a second. My God, we're the fastest thing that's ever been built. How many of those blocks have data in them? Not many. Well, then why are you bothering, man? So, now I had high hopes for Neutron, dude. I have high hopes for Corium. I have high hopes for damn near all of them. But all the people who would be building apps are not building apps; they're building chains for other people to build on. And how much empty real estate do you really need here? That's my issue with them. That's my issue with all of them. I'd love to go to Neutron and say, hey, check out this cool app, man. Check it out. It's a music app. It's an anything app. Go check this out. But no, I can't do that. I can go and see Dexes. I can go and see NFT platforms. Just regurgitated clones going from chain to chain to chain, using a little bit less VC funding every time because even the VCs are run out of money. Standing them up, promising the moon, just beating the ever loving shit out of investors because you guys are the product. You're aware of this by now, right? That the product is not the chain. You're the product. You, as investors, are the product, and they will do anything to get you in, to keep you in, to get you buying their token. That's why restake is such a huge thing. That way, you never actually touch them. It just churns. It just churns, and every time that the cycle goes around, you have a little bit less money because you got to pay for block space. This has to be paid for. Validators have to be paid for. Devs have to be paid for. And all of this stuff that you're paying for is not giving you any value. It's actually extracting value. You are the product of these things. So, yeah, as much as I apparently Vel, it's Monday and I chose violence, but I'm right. I'm 100% right all the way around here. If you don't believe me, look at your wallets. That's all I can say on that. No, man, I would love it if they were successful. I would love it if there was a group of actual app builders out here, DApp builders, that are going to come in and set the world on fire. I don't care what they are. Data storage, data processing. I don't care what the apps do as long as they are not DEXs. But that's all we get, man. DEXs and NFT platforms. Better ways to trade things that have no value to themselves. It is so crypto. And this is the incubus. Cosmos is the incubus of all things crypto, but very few things useful. Oh, that's the phrase. I'm waiting to see if that shows up on Twitter. I got a lot of backbenchers now. When I say it, it makes sense. So they say it, and they got a bigger audience. Therefore, it belongs to them. I'll see if that one shows up. Anyway, carry on, Bell.
New type. Does Kive do data storage or have you looked into them, Scott?
There's a lot of these things that are now offering data storage, and it takes me a while to really chew through. Oh, it's not hard, man. I open up the console, I check their network path. As soon as I see Microsoft or Google or Dropbox, one of them's actually using Dropbox. That's all they're doing, man. They're just charging you a little bit more and funneling your data from where they are to Dropbox and calling it decentralized. Dropbox, Dropbox is about as decentralized as the American voting system. Hey-oh, here we go. Round of applause. There you go. What I'm saying is, it isn't. But people don't research. They don't know. They don't care, man. They just say, "Oh, I'm using this is better because it's decentralized." Yeah, but it's Dropbox. Yeah, no, it's decentralized. We're not going to look into it. So are they? Maybe. But tons of people are doing it now. I haven't had time to take them all apart, but I will. Bell, carry on.
New type. Sheesh. XRP chart, Scott. Should we expect Corium to move soon?
One would think, but will it? Man, I don't have any idea. Man, you're asking me for price predictions. Let's all take a look together. Uh, yeah, I mean, clearly it got a little pop. That's a big market cap, though, too, to see a 6.5, 7, 8% pop on a $30 billion market cap. That's a lot of money, man. That is a shocking amount of money. Now, Corium, where is Corium thing? Corium's thing is here. This is the exposure that they may or may not have to it, and that's this DEX right here, and the fact that you can trade XRP right there on that DEX. This one, look, man, not a lot of love, guys. This thing has some problems. All right, this deck, it functionally it works. As far as giving you the information that you really need to make informed decisions, absolutely not, man. They don't give you anything. They kind of want you to figure it out. So like pools, if you wanted to go into like the XRP Corium pool, you're going to get 3.5. This is not an APR APY calculation. It is the percentage allocated to this pool from the total amount of vesting rewards designated for all pools. From this amount, the liquidity providers will get a percentage according to the liquidity they have provided. Uh, it explains the mechanism of the DEX, but it doesn't exactly give me accurate information. I it just doesn't seem like I don't want to do the math. All right, I'm giving you guys are earning money on my effort, my money. So it seems like you should do the math for me. How hard would it be to stick in just one little formula right there and there and say, okay, this is your APR based on what it is today. I get them on Astrovault. I know exactly what my APRs are all the way across every single pool up and down here, and there's a lot of them now. But I know what the APR is on every one of these pools, my expected return, everything. But I come over here and yeah, I don't get it. You want me to figure it out? I'm not that intelligent, or that I don't have that much interest in it that I want to. I want you to do it for me. But aside from that, this part does work. I mean, functionally, it works. Everything out here is paid out in Sarah. So yeah, they're gonna. It's just a matter of time if they're not getting any value capture, and I'm not seeing it. It's a shelf life on this one. It'll do what everything else does, which is basically bottom out. They're gonna run out. They can only mint so many tokens, and they're devaluing their tokens every single time they do it. But functionally, it does work. I mean, you can pair XRP with Sarah. You shouldn't, but you can. Uh, yeah, that sounds like financial advice, Bill. Where else? What do I got? How about Sarah Corium? Is that on there somewhere? You would think that would be one of their very, very top pools. Is Sarah Corium? Where is it? There it is. All right. So yeah, functionally, I mean, it works. You can add liquidity. You must enter an amount on both. Okay. Like I said, it's not very. 15 1.8 add liquidity, pay the less pay corium, value capture for corium, guys. Round of applause. And yeah, there you go, and it's done. So functionally, it works. But is this particular dex or corium itself going to harvest enough value off from XRP? I don't know. I'd keep building. I'll just leave it there. I'd keep pushing stuff out. Anyway, Bell, we're over time, but if we have anything else, please get to them.
Bud, Scott, have you been following the Zen controversy on Evmos? It's hilarious. It's a protocol spamming useless data, and governance is going to try and ban it.
Uh, honestly, for Evmos, you should be thrilled with it. Oh, I always leave out Evmos when I'm talking about parking lots. I always leave out Evmos. You guys shouldn't ban anything built there at all. Anything that gets people looking at Evmos, you should be embracing. Even if it's a bad thing, you should be embracing it because at least it is a thing. Right now, I don't hear anybody out here saying, "Oh my God, we got to get to the two like dead, absolute dead parking lots out here." These are the ones with the weeds, and there's like a block. There's like a Blockbuster video still. Remember that's that's what those things are. They got a Blockbuster video and oh man, I'm trying to think. Oh, in a red box. Remember those? It's a Blockbuster video and a red box at the next one where you can go and rent DVDs. That's Evmos. That's Evmos and Juno. So if you're getting heat from anything, you should absolutely embrace it, man. Don't turn it away. You need to hug on to it. You need to ride that thing up. It's all about the narrative, and it's all about people talking about you. And right now, they're not talking about you. They're mocking you. I know, because that's what I do. Bell, carry on.
That was actually the last question for the moment.
Oh, perfect. Then that's a good chance for us to get out of here. I had a wonderful time today, guys. This show went better than I thought. I didn't even know what the hell I was going to talk about when I came on. Bitcoin's doing the Bitcoin thing, and it's basically. I mean, I've lost thousands and thousands of dollars during this stream. So but you know what? Still grinning. Still keeping up, still keeping the chin up because you never know, man. The world can turn real quick out here. But no, they turned into a fun show. I'm having more fun. I need to tweet these things. That's what
The
I need to do. What?
The one thing you didn't touch on was that amp and anvil.
Nobody wants to hear that stuff, man. I'm sorry, but you know what? The video they get like 2,000 impressions over on Twitter, so that's better than we've ever done. So apparently, some people want to talk about it, just not lovingly. I'll sum it up. It's a borrowing kind of platform with a bullshit governance token. We've never had anything like that in DeFi before. They're going to revolutionize everything. The whole game just changed when their platform releases after their third audit, assuming that the third audit actually passes. I'm going to gaze into my crystal ball here and say, nope, it didn't pass. We have to fix some things, and then we're going to have to do a fourth audit, and then we'll be close, and then we'll be into October. And yeah, that's my prediction on that. I'm right. I'm absolutely right. But, I want to make sure that I'm on record. Anyway, appreciate you guys joining us today. That's all I got. And Belle, talk us up. Take us out.
All right. Again, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who joined us today, we cannot say thank you guys enough. We do appreciate each and every one of you guys and the comments and questions you throw our way. Now, with that being said, we are going to be back on tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Central Standard. In between now and tomorrow night, if you guys have any other comments, questions, or concerns, definitely don't hesitate to get those over to Scott or myself, Scott at ThePodocasts.com or Bella at ThePodocasts.com, and we'll get those answered for you. Again, we can't thank you enough, guys, and we'll see you tomorrow night.
We are dropping new videos and podcasts every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And be sure to look for us on Instagram, Twitter, and Parler at ThePodocasts. Also, visit our page at ThePodocasts.com, all one word, for all